here from Port Monkeys, and today we're on the Princess Cruises Star Princess. We're heading across the Pacific Ocean to Hawaii, a 15-day round trip from LA. Right now we're in the Piazza on deck 5. We're going to start, of course, by going down to deck 4, having a look at the medical center. We're down on a gala deck 4. And other than crew areas on each side, this is the home of the medical center. So they don't open till 8. Oh, that's import. Oh, it's well, 9, let's say. So we aren't going to get very far because the door's locked. At this point, I will mention these are on every deck. Map of the ship. Well, most of them say you are here, and we are right there where the white cross is. As we travel here today, look at these decks, 8 through 11, are only passenger staterooms, so we're not going to bother much on them. We will go to the terrace pool on 12. So for now, let's go up to the Plaza Deck 5, which of course is where we started. We're in what I like to call the Midship Elevator Lobby. These elevators, the glass ones. This is the Piazza, where we started. Here's pictures of your crew, including the captain. I've seen a few of these people out and about, especially the captain. This is the Capri dining room. By the way, we're headed aft now, on the port side of deck 5. All the dining rooms pretty much look alike. This is one of them. It's not open for breakfast or lunch, but it'll be open tonight for anytime dining. So we're heading forward now on the port side of deck 5. Here's the little bar here. That brings us to the International Cafe here, where you can get your specialty coffees, pastries. At lunch they have lunch stuff, at dinner they have dinner stuff. You can even get one of these. International Cafe. The food is all free, the coffee costs. Sort of like a Starbucks. Across from International Cafe is the Vines Bar. Of course, it's only about 8 o'clock in the morning, so number one, there's not too many people around. Number two, most of them are not drinking. But this is the Vines Bar. And this is like the Vines store. They sell, aspirin and things. I bought a comb there. When I needed a sewing kit though, I got that from the front desk. Guest services. There's a door to nowhere. This is the Internet Cafe and Library. See that? So, library, internet. Not a very big library. So this is the line of people waiting to ask a question in the Internet Cafe. How do I log on? Or whatever. I've walked back from the Internet Cafe over there, back past Vines Bar. This is the Art Gallery. Now, on this ship, it's what I would call fairly large. Of course, they move all these up into one of the lounges to have the auctions. They don't do the auctions here. So we can go that way or that way. There's more art in both directions. I'm going to go this way because I want to show you that there are also passenger cabins here. Deck 5 has lots of passenger cabins. And more art. We came up from deck 5 forward. Now we're on Fiesta deck 6. We're going to walk through here, still on the starboard side. And here is Shooter's Bar. Whoa. That door swings easily. So this is like a sports bar. And if I didn't know better, I'd say they allow smoking here because of the ashtrays and the smell. Because this place really reeks. We're entering the Princess Theater. Now if you enter here, there's all these couches here. Remember, we're on deck 6, so we're on the lower floor of Princess Theater. You can go through these doors and go up these stairs. This is not the way most people get into the theater, but it is a way you can, and it brings you to the theater. It's a nice theater. I guess it's not really very big because it is packed every single night. And I've not been on a cruise in a long time where the theater was packed every single night. There was always room. And it's not that I haven't found room, but sometimes I have to go past lots of people up there to find 2 seats together. But that's the Princess Theater. Of course, this is the stage. Now we've crossed over to port. So we're going to go ahead and go out. And on port, you have the same thing you had on starboard. This is the Grand Casino, it's called. And it's weird because it's really spread out. I mean, there's plenty of room. Not a whole lot of machines though, but plenty of room. That's the casino bar. And it's open because we're at sea. There's just nobody in here. It goes all the way over to starboard. Cash cage. This is the home of the Platinum Studio if you want to pay extra and get some black and white photos taken. All Princess ships have that. I think all ships now have that. They don't all call it Platinum Studio. That brings us to passenger services, which I would call guest services. But there's 3 people waiting to serve you, no line. Some days you'll come up here, there'll be a big line. They're very helpful. Very helpful. That's deck 5 down there, the Piazza. This is Essence, and you probably guessed they sell perfume. And apparently teddy bears. Stanley, Princess Teddy Bear. That brings us to the Portofino dining room. And on this ship, this is the dining room that's open for breakfast, lunch, tea time, and then it's anytime dining. And you can see it's jumping now because a lot of people got up and ate breakfast. So that was the Portofino dining room. We're going to cross through the Midship Elevator Lobby. You are here. Over to starboard, where you have Calypso Cove. They mostly have clothes. I see hats, t-shirts, water bottles, you know, stuff. Stuff I rarely buy on a cruise, but maybe you do. So that's Calypso Cove. If we head back forward, we're going to hit the Grand Casino again. So I've walked back now to Calypso Cove. I want to show you, this is if you have club class dining, which is upscale. Of course, you have to have a upscale cabin too. The club class is in here. And so these people paid more money than me. Of course, it is next to the other dining room, but the tables seem set differently, and there are a lot fewer people. Let's go up to deck 7. Gone all the way to the Aft Elevator Lobby on deck 7. So we're all the way in the back of the ship. Promenade deck 7. We are here in the Vista Lounge. Now the Vista Lounge goes all the way across the back of the ship. And we've come in here to play trivia. We watched a movie here. They have a screen in there. And I'm sure a lot of they play bingo in here. But that's the Vista Lounge. Now I just crossed from port to starboard. And the reason for that is you can't really go up the port side of the ship. In some places you can, but like a lot of ships, it's sort of, they want you to be on the starboard side. Everything's on the starboard side. The port side is like the back of everything. So we're gonna head forward now on the starboard side of deck 7. This brings us to, we'll call it the photo studio. They open these doors up and your pictures they've taken of you are there. But it's got all its pictures up. You can buy them. An 8x10 is $25. Now here's Sabatini's. Sabatini's. Of course it's backwards because the doors are open. But this is Sabatini's. And I guess they do some breakfast in here. But this is the pay for upscale Italian restaurant on the ship. I believe it's $25 a person. This is all the bigger it is, but I don't think it ever fills up either. Next to Sabatini's is the Wheelhouse Bar. Now, we come in here every day to play ukulele. There's a Hawaiian guy on here giving ukulele lessons. And of course they also have dancing. It's a bar, obviously. But now we've crossed back over to the port side, and I want you to see, so you can't walk out that way. Maybe that way, but I don't think they want us to. That's what I was saying. So the ship is geared towards the starboard side. Now we're going to continue to head aft on the starboard side of deck 7. So that brings us to the Explorers Lounge. Explorers Bar, whatever you want to call it. And it's a fairly big one, not maybe big as the Vista Lounge, but it's good sized. Got this bar here, got lots of chairs. You can indeed walk out on the port side of this lounge. So that opening lets you get out of here. There's the Piazza off in the distance. Cross back over from port to starboard, and that brings us to this bar known as Crooner's Bar. Crooners. Now we can see down into the Piazza from here. We're at the top level of the Piazza, deck 7, deck 6, and deck 5 on the bottom.
Now, on this one, we are going to pick up Stolichnaya vodka, one of the top-rated vodkas in the world. Of course, the Russians know how to do their vodka, so you're going to put about a couple shots of that in there, hopefully inside the martini shaker.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie? You've been hit. You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Wow!
This gets packed. It's not very big, and when something's going on, like martini making, it gets packed. But I did get a free martini. So, Crooner's Bar. Now, opposite Crooner's Bar is a couple more stores. One of them is called Meridian Bay. And they sell mostly jewelry, but I see t-shirts. They do 2 t-shirts for $20 a lot. A lot. But I think all ships do. And then this is Faucets, or Facets. And they sell watches and jewelry mostly, but they also sell macadamia nuts apparently. Buy 5, get 1 free. And this of course is where your Effie store is. Let's turn around. So we've crossed over to port and we're heading forward on deck 7. Which brings us to the Crown Grill. Crown Grill is a steakhouse, $29 cover charge. Unless you want steak and lobster, then you're going to pay $39. Now, I've eaten here several times. I've never eaten in Sabatini's. Maybe on this cruise though. This is the Crown Grill. It's really good. They have pub lunch some days, which I had forgotten until I just saw that sign again. So pub lunch is really good. You get fish and chips or something, a pint. Pub lunch is free. It's included in your cruise. The pint will cost you. So Crown Grill. As you continue on down now on the port side of the ship, you come to the shore excursion desk, and it's in its own room. So this is the shore excursion desk. Those are the hours. Not much to see in here. We're going to continue on forward. This brings us to the future cruise desk, I would call it. And Princess Captain Circle, future cruise desk. Brochures here. Different places to go, different cruises. I would say that every time I go on a Princess cruise, I at least do the $100 deposit for a future cruise. So I always have some in case I notice a cruise I want to go on. If you book here on the ship though, sometimes you'll get extra shipboard credit. But that brings us once again to the Princess Theater, which is all the way forward. Oh, all the way forward. And that's Princess Theater. This is what a full house in the theater looks like. All for a cooking demonstration. And a galley tour. I don't know how they're going to get us all in there.
Very good morning, everybody. Aloha! Or should we now say, buenos dias? And based on the comments and the surveys and the feedback from our guests cruising in Alaska, we were the #1 ship in all of our scores versus all the other Princess ships in Alaska. Based so far from the Hawaiian cruise last cruise, we are the #1 ship still on all the ship cruising in Hawaii. And I trust this goes to work from all of our crew members, and I hope all my cousins have been taking care of you guys here on the ship. Pretending day by day, not someone, somewhere to make a change.
Okay, look.
Professional.
Wow.
Anybody want to?
The pasta? Yeah, he's cooking the pasta.
Metro, please.
You gonna try, Maitre D? Yeah. Okay, the first row over here.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, but all these go to my family. I cannot shine without the best team on the 7 seas. You probably think I do everything by myself, but I don't. I know. But don't tell my wife. She think I do everything by myself.
And here we are, we're in the galley. Now on this ship, like on most, this galley serves at least 2 restaurants. The one we just walked through, and then there's one on the other side of it.
I can't believe that people are watching this crap. Come on, folks. This is
I never knew that I could be in love like this. No matter what you do, I only want to be with you.
It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too. By the look in your eyes.
Start the car and over the peace spot where the kid is cold and the piano's hot. It's just a noisy always roll and all that's
Hey, please don't make any noise.
I came out of the Princess Theater and I crossed from port side to starboard. There's another entrance to the Princess Theater here, but there's nowhere to go. So this ship kind of zigzags from starboard over to port. However, on this ship, you can go outside on deck 7. And we're near Hawaii. A couple days we'll be there. It's very warm out here, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. And this goes the length of the ship. That's looking aft towards the back of the ship. This is forward. The only problem is to go all the way around, you have to go upstairs, cross the front of the ship, and then back down a set of stairs. So let's do that. So I came up the stairs. I guess officially I'm on deck 8 now. Maybe not quite. These are people's balconies though. So I'm not sure I'd want to be here, have a cabin here. This must be part of the theater, I guess, through those windows. But if you want to walk around the front of the ship, this is a good place for it, right? So we're crossing from starboard to port, where the sun has risen an hour ago. Gonna give you a good look at the Pacific Ocean. So we came from the front of the ship, the bow, forward, came down the stairs. We're back on deck 7. You can go all the way down and around the back of the ship there. Or you can go back inside. Well, I walked the length of the ship here on the port side. And now we're heading to the rear of the ship. And it looks like maybe it's enclosed. Sometimes they are. So we're gonna cross through this area, crossing from starboard back to port, and it's open. So there's our way. And we've crossed back over to the starboard side. It's darker over here because the sun's over there. We're gonna go back inside here. Of course, this is the Vista Lounge. So that's deck 7. Promenade, deck 7. Well, we've gone up to deck 12, Aloha deck. Like I said before, 8, 9, 10, and 11 are all staterooms and laundromats. Deck 12 is all staterooms except it has an entrance to the terrace pool. So we're just going to go back there and have a look. The passenger decks with the cabins over on this side would be the balconies. On this side would be the insides, although I don't know if they have any on this deck. Are long and straight. You can see the whole length of the ship here. Some ships, they jog one way or the other. This one, they're just long and straight. We're all the way aft of deck 12. And we come to this door, which brings us up a short flight of stairs to the terrace pool. Terrace pool. There is no deck 13 on Princess ships, so if I go up to the next deck, it's 14. And through those doors and those doors is the buffet. We'll get to that. So I'm crossing over to starboard on deck 14. And this is basically the buffet all across the back of the ship here on deck 14. The Horizon Court. Like I say, normally there wouldn't be this many people up, but we're going to be in port today, so I imagine they have shore excursions. Both sides of the buffet are open. Normally there's just one side or the other. We'll take a quick spin through there. It's a feeding frenzy. So this is just a sample of one night. Weenies. We're heading forward on the starboard side of deck 14. It's a place to wash your hands. You can take your food out. This is not really outside yet. This is a covered pool. See that? There's a couple of spas or jacuzzis here. The Calypso Bar, which means that's the Calypso pool. I've just crossed over to port on deck 14. Every morning they roll up towels and sit on these chairs. So they're really good about towels. You just grab as many as you want, throw your used ones there. No card needed. This takes you to the Midship Elevator Lobby. Of course, we're crossing back over to starboard on deck 14. This is Sundays, and they have ice cream here with toppings and cones or bowls, small bowls. So you could also eat here, although they don't have the silverware here. Back in there they did. So we're getting further away from the buffet, and this is an outdoor pool, as you can see, with a couple of spas. And you can see the decks go up 15, 16. This is where the Movies Under the Stars happens, with that giant screen.
Hey Scotty, I was looking at the schematics for the Carpathian buildings, and I think we have way too many security cameras. Help me?
No, not at all.
So this is the Trident Grill. You can get hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries. This is the Mermaid's Tail Bar. You can get drinks when they're open. And this is the pizza place, which I call Prego. Prego. I'm going to take a stairway up. Remember, there's the pool. Now we're on deck 15. We're forward a little bit. Midship would be back where this movie screen is. So on the starboard side of deck 15, you can walk. Actually, you can do it on the port side too. You can walk all the way forward. This is the gym, by the way, and there's people on treadmills and stuff right through those windows. You probably can't see them. But we are above the bridge now. You probably can't see it, but that's the big island of Hawaii there, with Hilo right in there. Sanctuary and the retreat. In there is the gym. Down below us is the bridge. So this is deck 15, forward. And I've just crossed over to port again. And we're going to go back. On the port side of deck 15, forward, is the smoking area, which is right there. So you might want to hold your breath when you walk by here. We're going to cross back over to starboard, but we're going to go inside. Before we do, you should know this is the Tradewinds Bar. And in the mornings, they have coffee and juice set up there. I don't know if it's for the smokers or for the just to anybody. I mean, anybody could drink it, obviously. So what we're going to do is enter the spa. These doors are automatic. So this is the spa. Deck 15 forward. Starboard side. And it has a unique odor. Not a good one. But it does have a pool out there. And a bunch of terraces. And of course, Good Feet Clinic, yada yada. Towels, sanitizer towels, free weights, machines, whoops, people you met, people on treadmills. Over here they have classes, but if you want to do your own thing, they have that. Oh, there's a class going on right now. And of course that's the deck above the bridge we were just on. So we're walking through the spa. And these different doors or they do different surfaces or whatever for you. There's the pool out there. These big waiting rooms. If you happen to sneak in here or walk in here, they have flavored water here most of the day. And of course tea and coffee. Well, that's just tea. Showers and whatnot. So the spa takes up most of deck 15 forward. On the port side of deck 15, right at the top of the stairs, we're in the forward elevator lobby, is Hearts and Minds, which is a chapel, wedding chapel, whatever. Right outside there, those doors, is the smoking area. Back out by the pool, the outdoor pool, going up to deck 16. Now, while I'm here, I'll go up to deck 17, which is more or less the top of the ship. There are other areas that are up to the side. So they have lounge chairs they'll spread out here. And they even have this little part up here, and they will spread lounge chairs out here. So there's the TV screen for movies under the stars. Video screen, whatever you call it. There's the sanctuary. Remember, the sanctuary costs money. I'll give you those prices. And the area straight below me is the retreat, I believe, which is adults only. I don't know if the sanctuary is adults only. If a kid pays his money, maybe they can go in. So maybe the ship doesn't have a retreat, or this is it. I don't know. I don't think you can keep kids out of here. But this is the sanctuary, and they want money to go in here. However, you can use the pool. This is the pool we saw outside the spa. That's the spa and the gym down there. So there's the pool. Crossing back over to, it's plastic. Crossing back over to starboard. And they're not going to let me go in there, so I'll have to do it later. That's the sanctuary. It has these nice chairs. It's shaded in there. There's even cabanas you can rent. But this costs money. They charge you. Back on deck 15, the Tradewinds Bar, smoking area. That is a nice bar out here. Just don't climb on it. It says crew only, so I don't know if that means the crew has to climb out there. They have a lot of astroturf areas, you know, imitation grass on this ship. More than I've ever seen on a ship. Now, right behind the movie screen, see it up there? Right behind the movie screen is a doorway with a stairway, or stairwell. And if you go up that stairway, you will be on Princess Links. They don't bother with flags. But there's golf clubs, and there's balls in there. And there's holes. They call this Sports Deck 16, but other places are Sports Deck 16 also. This one is just kind of weird. It's like you're in a pit or something. I'm gonna go down this stairway. This is a different one, which brings me to a door. And that door brings me upstairs from the covered pool. And they've got a little bit open today. See that? Whatever. Now, going back out to the starboard side of deck 15, they can lock these doors open. Those stairs will be on deck 16 again. This is a door you're not going to go through. It leads into the kids area. See that? So, it's basically a dead end here. But you can go up these stairs, so that's what we're going to do. We're on Sun Deck 15, and this is the beach house. And they have events going on. And that's the total. 2 boys, 2 girls.
Yeah, sorry.
This is where we hang, yo. That's where we ski and food and watch big screen TV. Where's the bar?
Not in here.
Oh. And this is where we surf the internet. This is the Treehouse, ages 3 to 7. Got lots of stuff to color with. Lots of little tables. Playhouse. Some outdoor stuff, including some little tricycles. And looks like giant sort of Lego-like blocks. Nice and padded. Place to get clean. Even bathrooms. Place to watch TV. Of course, I guess they can do that in the cabin, huh? And that's locked, so they don't want us in there. But it looks like that.
That's because it says
Here's more of it. Oh, this must be for older kids, though, maybe. So on both sides of the ship, they have shuffleboard. And there's the shuffleboard equipment. These doors lead you into the elevator lobby, the Aft Elevator Lobby. And you can go through there, but we're gonna come out here. So this is where the kids' pool is. I'm assuming that's a kids' pool. Of course, the kids' bar, believe it or not. And the kids' spa. Although I don't know if anybody can use that or not. Now we're crossing back over to starboard. And here's where the giant chess is. More shuffleboard. Of course, lounge chairs. Up there is Skywalker's lounge. And down there is the buffet and the terrace pool. So deck 15, deck 14, deck 12. It's a nice shaded area because of Skywalker's lounge up there. So we'll go up there in just a minute, but first we're going to climb these stairs. Officially, must be deck 18, and they have this sports court, a couple of benches, dressing flags. There's basketballs in there. That's all I see. You wouldn't play tennis in here, I don't think, like on some ships, or even pickleball maybe. I guess they have soccer goals, but I don't see a soccer ball. To get to Skywalker's lounge, you have to go up that skyway. You can't get to it from here. You need to go inside and use the stairs or the elevator inside. So that's what we'll do. So you can take this elevator up, or that elevator, with these stairs. But this is also Sports Deck 16, just like Princess Links was, the golf course. Now we're on deck 17, Sky Deck. So it says sports court, but you can't get there from here. Now this is Skywalker's Nightclub. You have to be 18 or older to come in here. During the evenings, this is a moving sidewalk, but it's a big lounge. If you come in here at night, you can't see out those windows. And there is some sort of something down there, but it's locked. But of course, it's morning, and I can see out there quite well. But that's Skywalker's Lounge. Goes to the other side too. I assume this is the dance floor. This is where they set the food up. That's all I know. I haven't been in here at night, or late at night. Of course, to get back out, that would be a moving sidewalk coming in. So you have to walk downhill. On the starboard side.